P4, and only 10 points behind is Yuki Kuni, who's been very quick. He's in P2, he's on 64 points, and even then you look down, you think Soichiro Minamoto on 47, a couple of wins and you're right back in it.
Yep, 6 races to go, including this one. And Soichiro, no podiums yet for him in this class, as we were saying. He won here on Supersport 600 last year on his way to the title. A rather different matter, but he's really got to grips with the Yamaha Technic Racing, doing a really good job with Soichiro Minamoto, and it seems to be gelling for his teammate Kazma Daniel, whose talent is never in doubt, but just that connection with the bike hasn't been there.
Hidematsu signposting, thanking our title sponsor of the FM Asia Road Racing Championship. Soichiro Minamoto, first pole at the SP 1000cc for the Yamaha Technic Racing rider. Yuki Kuni for SDG Team Hark Pro on the Honda in P2. Andy Farad is the Heart, also on the Honda for Honda Asia Dream Racing with Astemo.
On row 2, we've got Hafiz Sharin for JDT Racing Team, Kazma Daniel Kazmayuddin for Yamaha Technic Racing in P5. And starting 6th is Nakarin Atirapuvapat for Honda Asia Dream Racing with Astemo.
Lachlan Epis for Evolution Sports Group, and he was quick at one stage yesterday on the BMW. He's in P7. Zakwan, who struggled for Honda Asia Dream Racing with Astemo, but give him the opportunity, he'll be right back. And Sho Nishimura equally on the TKR BMW Racing BMW. Give him a chance and he'll take the opportunity.
Yeah, Sho's teammate Aslan Shah, second in the championship, starts 10th. Next to him, Osama Murray for Victor Racing Team, and Eric Saputra, the only rider running hard front, hard rear, starts 12th.
He won the Mandalika Championships, so he's a good local talent. And Teo Yu Jo from Savitar ESG Team Asia is a good Malaysian talent. But you step up to the international class, and suddenly you are really, really amongst the genuine world-class competitors.
Yeah, he's doing it. Thumbs up from Mr. Suzuki, the SDG Team Hark Pro boss.
13 starters for today on this 4.3 kilometer circuit. And just testing the brakes, making sure nothing goes awry.
Yuki Kuni on superb form in Motegi, took his first race win after 3 P4s this year, and that brand new Honda really suits his style. Could have been built for him.
All set for race 1 of the weekend, round 4 of 6 in the Asia Road Racing Championships. Green flags are waving. A long hold, and we are underway. Soichiro Minamoto on pole position, under pressure from Yuki Kuni. In fact, Yuki Kuni has got off to a brilliant start, and it'll be Yuki Kuni who takes us into the first corner, and Minamoto is pushed down to P3.
Great launch from Yuki, and a nice line through turn 1 to give himself the lead and a bit of an advantage.
Hafiz Sharin coming through from the second row, P4 to take P2 on the Ducati. He was saying he's feeling it in his bones after 200 laps at the Suzuka 8 hours last week, but Hafiz Sharin is a wonderful competitor. But Yuki Kuni is off to a flyer.
Yes, he is. What can Hafiz Sharin do about this? We know what a great racer Hafiz is, and look who's behind him, Lachlan Epis.
Wow, terrific start on the BMW. So Honda, Ducati, BMW. I don't think we would have predicted that at the start of the race.
No, although this time last year was the first time we really saw Lachlan's quality, to see what he could do at this level.
Just lost.
This is a great start from him.
Lost a little bit there. Chip Nakarin's got himself back into P3. Chip Nakarin started on P6. And Epis under real pressure all of a sudden, as these big engines work very, very hard. Now coming through there is Andy Farad. Andy Farad was the main loser from that start. but he's trying to get himself back into the top three, and he is.
Well, another loser from that start was the pole man, Soichiro Minamoto. Currently down in 6th.
Certainly is. But the lead for Yuki Kuni, 0.6 of a second clear of Hafiz Sharim, who's a second clear himself of Chip Nakarin in P3. But that gap looks like it's going to just come down a little bit. Bucklam is trying to hold off Minamoto. What went wrong with Minamoto at the start?
Yeah, he looked as though he got away well, then the front came up and it went down, and that's at this level, that's all you need, just a moment's mistake, and everybody comes through now. He's got a lot of hard work to do.
Zakwan Zaidi has gone into P7, Nishimura 8, Kazma Daniels dropped down to P9 from P5.
Nakarin, the best of the Honda Asian Dream trio here. There is Andy Farid, number 23. He had good pace. Rothman's had good pace too.
Epis has done well to stay in with that little group. Minamoto trying to get on the inside. Epis says, you shall not pass on this occasion. So Minamoto has a look on the other side. There's your race leader, Yuki Kuni, who has looked good all weekend. Second fastest. Mistake there from Andy Farid.
And advantage grabbed by his teammate, Nakarina Tirabuvapat.
It's a thrilling sight as the bikes go past us on the start-finish line. It's a blur. Thank heavens we've got these long lenses on the cameras to pick them up. Don't pick up the numbers from close range.
Yeah, it's 0.7 of a second advantage for Yuki Kuni on the SCG Arc Pro Honda that time around. Ichiro Minamoto still trying to figure out the puzzle in front of him, which is the Australian Lachlan Epis. It looks as though he might have found an answer.
He's coming into the shot now. The answer is no, he didn't.
No.
Epis is looking pretty quick, but not as quick as Yuki Kuni.
Yeah, this is good. Yuki Kuni stepped up in confidence, in self-belief with that win in Motegi, and the dominant weekend, apart from that horrendous crash when he incinerated his Honda. He came back so strongly to take a convincing win in race 2.
Joined the ARRC as in the last 2 races of last year at Buriram. We saw there that he could be competitive. Boy, is he competitive here. He is going away from Hafiz Sharin, and that is not easily done.
Yeah, it reflects the quality of Yuki Kuni and also the STG Harp Pro team. They just build those bikes so beautifully.
Andy Farid's got back in front of Chip Nakarin. That's a good little battle between those two.
Yep, same garage. Indonesia versus Thailand.
It's a 1.1 second lead. Hafiz lost 0.3 of a second there on Yuki Kuni on that last lap. Andy Farid has put in the fastest time so far, a 1:36.0. And top speeds hitting 280 kilometers.
Kazma looking for him and signs of resurgence. Not yet. He's 4.6 seconds down last time around in P9. Sho Nishimura.
Andy Farid is closing right in on the back wheel of the championship leader, Hafiz Sharin.
That was a good move. Can Hafiz take it back? He did come in pretty hot.
We see that happen so often on that part of the circuit. You think you've got him, but the switchback is nearly always on. But Hafiz is very, very aware that he's got Andy Farid, Istihad and Chip Nakarin for company. That's going to really, really cause a distraction for the championship leader, Hafiz.
Showing a wheel again for Andy Farid. And this is not doing any harm to the chances of Yuki Kuni of picking up a second successive win. Very early days to say that.
Andy Farid has got himself into P2 and comes across the line. but the gap between him and the leader is 1.7 seconds. Yuki Kuni is leading the way for SDG team Hark-Pro Honda. And behind them, Hafiz Sharim is the meat in the sandwich and is going backwards. He's under pressure also from Chip Nakarim.
Yeah, we saw how determined Chip Nakarin could be. So Ichiro Minamoto has got the better of Lachlan.
Minamoto on the Yamaha. Slow start from him. The BMW is quick, isn't he?
Oh yeah, he is. And he's not done yet. Takes a look up the inside. He's not close enough.
The other BMWs of Sho Nishimura, Aslan Shah.
Yeah, here we go, Des. Nakarin tries that same move but runs wide as Andy did on the previous lap. He's going to have another go.
That's the battle for P3. Yuki Kuni a long way clear. Minamoto being dogged by the Australian Lachlan Epis of the Evolution team, who I'm glad to say is getting more and more competitive. He's looking a little bit leaner as well. He's looking really up for the challenge to try to break into the top fives regularly as Lachlan Epis.
Yeah, shaved his beard off as well. So looking for every bit of advantage that he can find.
Nishimura on the tail of Zakwan Zaidi. That's for P7. Zakwan, a former champion. Nishimura, a winner in Motegi. See the BMW is looking to make a move on the inside, but good defensive work. In the meantime, Minamoto being plagued by Lachlan Epis.
And Hafiz being plagued in turn by Nakarin and Turapuvapat. Yeah, this is good work by Lachlan for Evolution Sports on that BMW.
We'll keep with this one. Lachlan Epis hasn't had an awful lot of time in front of the camera. He's often trailing a little bit behind the leaders, but here he's giving the pole sitter a genuine race. This is the battle for P5. Soichiro Minamoto for Yamaha Techni Racing.
Yeah, the best of the BMWs indeed.
The private team, they work so hard to put everything together, and it's working out pretty well so far for Lachlan. Still a long way to go. Behind them, Zakwan and Sho Nishimura.
With everything so tight at the top, Hafiz is going to try to hold on to that third position as hard as he can.
As we're following Lachlan, he's had a top 6 finish this season, a couple of P8s. Now then, let's move down just a little bit. That's Nishimura, who's had a win. Zakwan, a former champion, he's had a podium, but he had an injury as well. That's hurt him physically and mentally, you feel. The lead is 1.2 seconds. Andy Farid, as he does so often, Barry Russell, is closing in.
Yeah, he does over race distance. He's superb, Andy Farid. He had, by his standards, a very indifferent Motegi. You know his quality, and since he stepped up to Superbikes, which was in season 2023, he's looked even better than he used to in Supersport. This is impressive. So Ichiro Minamoto started from pole. He's got Lachlan Epis for company, and he's not giving up.
Yuki Kuni is 1. There's number 2, Andy Farid. That gap is coming down. Look, it was 1.9, 1.7, now it's 1.2. Now Yuki Kuni leading the way. Hafiz Sharin under pressure from Chip Nakarin. Hafiz in 3 on the Ducati for JDT Racing. Behind them, Chip Nakarin, the tie. 5 is Minamoto, who cannot get away from Lachlan Epis.
Nakarin moving up to challenge, and it just looks, I'm not sure if that's the camera angle, that Minamoto and Lachlan are getting closer. We'll watch on the timing screens as they come around.
It was a second between Nakarin and Minamoto last time.
Ichiro went really wide there. Lachlan has got in front of him, as we'll see as they come out. There they go.
There's 2 great little battles going on. Nishimura and Zakwan are having a battle royale as well. It is for the minor placings, but ahead of them, the gap between Yuki Kuni and Andy Farid is down to less than a second. This is the battle for P3. Hafiz Sharin. He's very, very aware that Chip Nakarim is right there. There's less than 1/10 between them. 1 and 2 go through. Hafiz 3 and 4. Now then, Minamoto did go wide, so Epis is through. So 1 through 8, the gap is 5 seconds.
Yeah, see what Minamoto's response is to that. That was his mistake. Lachlan was quick to seize on it, but Lachlan looks as though he's not done yet, and Chip Nakarin is definitely not done with Hafiz Sharin.
Difficult to know where to point the cameras because there's 3 great little races going on apart from at the front. This one, which is Epis leading the way from Minamoto. Minamoto tries to go on the inside. Minamoto gets through Lachlan Epis.
As you said, there's great battles. It's hard to know where to look, but I think we should look at the front because Andy Farid, as you said, does come strong. He was 0.3 of a second faster than Yuki last time around.
Just to cut you off, Nishimura's got ahead of Zakwan, and Epis has gone through ahead of Minamoto once again.
This is great stuff.
And behind them, behind Zakwan, is that Kazma Daniel closing in? I think it is.
Yes, it is.
Kazma beginning to show a little bit of the pace and the speed that we know that he's got. We will focus on the front in a moment, but there we go, there's Kazma joining on the back end of this. This is Superbikes, not Underbone, guys. This is great stuff.
Yeah, this will be a confidence booster for Kazma, and this is such an intriguing battle at the front.
Andy Farid, it does just draw you in. It's almost like he has a hook, and the fishing line draws the man in front of him in. We've seen him do it on a couple of occasions already this season.
Yeah, memorably he mugged on the final turn at Buriram.
Yes.
He mugged Hafiz.
And here he's trying to mug Yuki Kuni, who at one stage was nearly 2 seconds clear. But now the gap is, well, it says 2.5 or 0.25. It's less than that.
Yeah, Yuki knows he's got company, and Chip Nakarin now is ahead of Hafiz Sharin. So it's Yuki Kuni, Andy Farid, and Nakarin Atirapuvapat. They are your 1, 2, and 3.
Well, Hafiz dropping back to P4 is good news for Andy Farid. If Andy Farid can pick up the win, he'll want Hafiz to suffer as many points deductions as he possibly can. And Lachlan Epis is looking through on the inside, and Lachlan through to P4. And you can feel the surge of adrenaline from the Aussie, but too much adrenaline as he went just a little bit wide. But that was thrilling stuff from the Evolution BMW.
Yeah, on the straight there, BMW power versus Ducati power. Gap at the front shrunk again. It is really down to nothing. If I was doing the pit boards, I would say Andy plus 0.
Chip Nakarin now then.
Yeah, Lachlan's through.
Are they closing in? Is Chip Nakarin closing in on Yuki Kuni? What, that was brilliant work. Minamoto closing in on Hafiz Sharin.
Yep, Sho Nishimura closing up on Minamoto.
And Kazma Daniel closing up on Zakwan Zaidi. More cameras, please, director. More cameras. There is Hafiz.
Yeah, Hafiz really got his hands full, hasn't he? Lachlan has got away from him.
There is the Zakwan and Kazma Daniel battle. Kazma on the Yamaha has had a tough time getting into the podium positions, but he's lost a little bit of weight. He's riding underbones at the Malaysian Championships, and he's handling this big Yamaha pretty well as well. Zakwan knows he's in the battle. This is back at the front though, Barry Russell.
Yeah,
We're going to keep an eye on this, and a new race leader.
Oh, looking for the home win. There's contact there between the shoulder of Andy Farid and the front fairing of Yuki Kuni. Yuki trying to come back. These very quick Hondas, but advantage Andy.
But has he gone too early? That's the big question. He clawed him in. He's pulled back to 2 seconds. Now, was he just being held up by Yuki Kuni? Or is Yuki going to be able to, in these final 3 laps, get back close to the back wheel of Andy Farid Izdihar?
His pace has been a tenth or two quicker than Yuki Kuni. But let's see what Yuki can do now that he's got that red Honda in front of him.
In P3, it's Chip Nakarin. Lachlan Epis is still holding on to P4, but this is the battle for the front. Yuki Kuni started off so well, got off to a blazing start, led into the first corner. Had a lead of close to 2 seconds, but it was gradually clawed in.
Lachlan having a go at the podium, Des. He's challenging Nakarin.
In the meantime, though, the Honda and the respective teams are looking on. That's tense. That's tense. Still plenty of time to go, 2.5 laps, but I tell you what, Andy Farid Izdihar, Andy Gilang as he's nicknamed, he looks like he's pulling away.
Yep, it was a rare bad outing for him last time in Motegi, and Lachlan has gone through on Nakarin. Lachlan Epis looking good for a podium with 2 laps remaining.
Wow, what a performance, but Chip Nakarin tries to claw it back. The BMW is strong though. Behind them, Soichiro Minamoto is in a battle for P5. This is great stuff. All around the track there are one-on-one battles, but Andy Farid Izdihar is actually pulling away from Yuki Kuni. The lead is now over a second. Yeah, that's the Evolution boys. Hold on, my son, they're saying. Hold on. Can Lachlan hold on against Chip Nakarin? What a performance if he does. The back markers are coming into play though. The back markers, they've got to be good. Lachlan Epis.
Lachlan was 0.6 of a second quicker last time around than Yuki Kuni.
Wow, how
this
quick
isn't done yet.
This isn't done because Yuki Kuni is in his sights as well. Andy Farid's got away. Andy Farid's a second clear. The back markers are really making this complicated. They've got to get out of the way. Joe Ujo and Eric Saputra and Osama Murray have to be disciplined. Look at this battle though. Epis under pressure. Chip Nakarin comes back in. Chip Nakarin back into P3. And then
and it goes well wide.
Completely. So Lachlan Epis advantage with 1.5 laps to go. A big mistake from Chip Nakarin.
And Lachlan is lapping faster than Yuki Kuni.
Into the final lap. Nishimura is making a move as well. This is the man in P3, Lachlan Epis, Evolution Sports Group. What a story it would be. At the front, Andy Farid, he's used to being at the front. Yuki Kuni is used to picking up podiums, but Lachlan Epis, this is the performance of the season. Bar none.
I don't think he's got time to catch Yuki, but he is lapping faster than he is.
The BMW of Nishimura's got up to P4 as well. What a comeback from him. And Soichiro Minamoto's ahead of Chip Nakarin, or he was, and then Chip Nakarin goes in front of Nishimura, and then Nishimura switched back to take it. Minamoto is there as well. There's the battle for P4. Nishimura in control at the moment. Final lap of a pulsating race. Nishimura stands up Chip Nakarin. Those tyres are causing problems. Up for the front, Andy Farid is going to take the victory. Yuki Kuni under pressure from Lachlan Epis for P4. Barry is phenomenal.
Absolutely fantastic. If there was another lap, Lachlan Epis would get through to second. He hasn't got time now. Minamoto's coming round.
Okay, the win goes to Andy Farid Izdihar. He takes the checkered flag in P1. Yuki Kuni into Lachlan Epis and a sensational P3. Minamoto, Chip Nakarin, Nishimura goes from 4 to 6. And our focus isn't on the winner for a change. It's justifiably on the man who's picked up P3, Lachlan Epis. Barry Russell.
Fantastic. He was the quickest rider on that last lap around. One more lap would have done it, Des. P2. There is Zakwan completing his tough weekend. He finished 8th. Hafiz Shirin down in 7th. The erstwhile championship leader